Hi everyone, my name is Lynn Porter and I'd like to thank you all for finding your way here to this presentation on the concept of Pat's Garden. Now before I begin telling you a little bit about what it is and how it came about, I'd just like to ask you two questions. Firstly, is personal happiness something that you feel strongly about? That's important to you. And secondly, has there ever been an occasion when you have felt that somebody else or some other situation or circumstance is responsible for you being as happy as you would personally like to be? So, if you have said yes to either of those questions, then you found your way to the right place today. A little bit about me, my background. I started off as a teacher. Specialism in challenging behaviours and also special educational needs. I have a second degree in psychology, and during that time I trained in a whole batch of different holistic therapies over 12 years. And I brought it all together because what came to me was that when children exhibited challenging behaviours, normally they would be put outside, stand in the corridor and wait, or worse. And I used to think, well, how's that going to change their behaviours? So it was really a career spanning many decades of finding out the answer to that and testing out the answer that I found. And that proved to be quite successful, having won many awards, accolades, including an endorsement from the United Nations along the way for a programme called Holistic Educational Therapy. Those children that inspired me at the very beginning formed an important part of the story because they enabled me to join up some dots from my own childhood. They were presenting those behaviours because they didn't have the understanding of what it was that was making them feel bad, and they certainly didn't have the words to be able to express what bad is. Now, I mentioned joining up the dots from when I was little. I loved autograph books, and I had many autograph books. I've always loved books. And my mum would always patiently write the same thing in every single autograph book that I had. And that was that life is a garden without any doubt, and if you put good things in, you'll get good things out. So, not really understanding those words at the time, I obviously carried them with me throughout the years, and I suddenly started applying this to those young people who were teaching me so much at the time. And so what I did was I got them to draw a very simple garden. And they enjoyed doing that. When you do drawings, you're actually working with a different side of the brain. But they enjoyed that and they responded to that very well. And from those drawings, I was able to make an interpretation about what was going on for them around them in their lives right now, the time of doing the drawing, and be able to put in some therapeutic support, drawing on all the different therapies that I'd qualified in. And I tested out my theories, funding to do so with a local education authority, and had phenomenal results with implementing this programme. Now the programme starts off with just doing that simple drawing, and my mum was named Patricia, so it's Pat's Garden in honour of my mum, who sadly passed away to tend her own garden back in 2009. Her legacy has been, through those words of wisdom, to inspire and help so many families along the way. I now work from my studio at home. Welcome to Studio 2. And I work a lot now with my focus being on the inner child. And the inner child is that child that each and every one of us has inside us that stops us through their behaviour of attention seeking from achieving our true potential in life, and very often sabotages that pathway to personal happiness. So Pat's Garden then is a very simple technique of doing a drawing and interpreting the metaphors around it to define what I refer to as a lifescape. What's going on, what's brought us to where we are right now, what's ahead of us as within our perspective right now, and what are all the influences that are impacting upon us now. And so essentially that's very briefly what Pat's Garden is. So I hope you've all got your spades and forks ready to do a little bit of gardening now. It's okay. Or joking. I don't really mean it. Most people have got compromised levels of happiness, and I think in this time of lockdown, we're in 2020 at the moment when I'm making this film, it's important that people can use that reflective time that we've had to be able to focus on those aspects and areas of their life that need changing. For me, it was personally a profound change with the birth of my first grandchild, Mika, on July the 21st this year, born in the middle of lockdown, really, and the sadness around not being able to do as much for my family as I would have liked to have done at that particular time. But this little being born at this time has brought me so much profound joy and insight into wisdom in what's going on around us. And so what I want to be able to do is to share that with people at this time, to share that message that, do you know what, we're in the driving seat of our own happiness vehicle. It can take us where we want to go when we're ready to sort of go off-road a bit and not follow the roads and the pathways that other people are prescribing for us, but that we connect with that inner child, that we focus on where we are and where we're going and why we've been where we've been and how we can get there. So all that lifescape can be distilled from just a very, very simple drawing, and I really want to prove that to you. Did you know, I wonder, if just drawing a garden, having a flower bed in your garden, and choosing a flower from that flower bed subconsciously speaks to you. And using the language of flowers, using the understanding of that flower, can be the voice of your life experiences communicating to you in a way which is very personal and relevant to you at this time. So this is the opportunity that I would like to bring to you, is to be able to experience this insight for yourself. And what I would like to do is to offer you a free opportunity to download a template for drawing a garden, which is just below this video. Fill it in, photograph it on your phone, email it across to me, send it across to me, and I will personally undertake an initial interpretation of your lifescape as where you stand at the time of doing that particular drawing. And what I will do is I will get that back to you, and you can tell me how much you resonate with that, how on the button that is for you, how accurate that feels for you. And that is your experience. That will be opening the gateway for you into Pat's Garden, to be able to have that experience and to make your own mind up for yourself. So there will be a chance to get my email address at the end of this video. The website is lindaporter, all one word, .co.uk. You can email me at linda@lindaporter.co.uk. So this will be at the end of the video, and you can send your diagram of your garden. It can be a simple sketch with notes on, it can be a drawing. Just find yourself a relaxing space in which you can do this, because actually you work with a different part of the brain when you can switch off and just do a doodle. And send that across, and you tell me how accurate you feel that is for you right now. Opening that gateway into Pat's Garden is opening the gateway into your lifescape, It's pulling out the roots from your life where you don't want them, where the weeds have grown. It's planting what will nurture you and nourish you, not only for now, but for the future journey that you want to take in realising your own potential. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining me.